Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is a space for real conversations about blended families, healing, and navigating family life with intention. Blended families are more common than ever before. Millions of households today include step-parents, step-siblings, and new dynamics that didn't exist in the first marriage. And while love is powerful, love alone doesn't erase the challenges that come with blending lives. That's why today we're talking about something that doesn't get enough attention, but it determines everything that follows. Before you remarry, before you move in together, before you blend children and try to create a new family, there is one step that determines whether your new family thrives or merely survives. That step is healing. Most people skip this step, not because they don't care, but because they're tired, lonely, or hopeful that love will fix what pain created. But when healing is skipped, the cost shows up later in conflict, in distance, and often in the children. Unhealed wounds don't disappear in a new relationship. They relocate. They show up in the way you argue, in the way you discipline, and even in the way you celebrate. Pain has patterns. Fear of abandonment. A parent may panic when a child prefers the other household, interpreting it as rejection. Control issues. Rules become rigid, not because of discipline, but because of fear of losing stability. Emotional withdrawal. Instead of connecting, someone builds walls, leaving their partner feeling shut out. Reactivity instead of reflection. Small disagreements explode because old wounds are triggered. Scripture puts it plainly in Luke 6:45. A good man brings good things out of the good stored up in his heart, and an evil man brings evil things out of the evil stored up in his heart. For the mouth speaks what the heart is full of. If your heart is wounded, it will shape how you love, how you parent, and how you respond under pressure. Blended families don't create wounds, they expose them. Unhealed adults often overreact to small issues, turning spilled milk into a shouting match. Misinterpret children's behavior as rejection, when in reality, the child is just adjusting. Compete emotionally with ex-spouses, trying to win affection instead of building trust. Expect children or partners to fill emotional gaps that only healing can address. And even when nothing is said, children feel it. They sense tension, they sense fear, they sense pressure. Proverbs 4:23 reminds us, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. What flows from you sets the emotional climate of your home. If bitterness flows, the home feels heavy. If peace flows, the home feels safe. Healing is not a luxury, it's stewardship. It's taking responsibility for the condition of your heart before you invite others into it. Before blending families, honest questions matter. Have I processed my previous loss or disappointment? Have I forgiven, not for them, but for my own freedom? Am I expecting this new family to fix what I haven't faced? Healing is like tending a garden. You can't plant new seeds in soil full of weeds. You have to clear the ground, nurture it, and prepare it for growth. You don't owe anyone perfection, but you do owe your family emotional honesty. Children don't need flawless parents. They need parents who are willing to admit when they're hurting and who are committed to growth. Healing requires participation. It doesn't happen by accident. It includes awareness by naming what hurts. If you can't name the wound, you can't heal it. For example, saying, "I feel abandoned when plans change," is more powerful than just feeling angry. Accountability through taking responsibility for your reactions. Healing means owning your choices, not blaming your ex, your children, or your partner for every emotion. Support from wise counsel, therapy, or mentorship. Healing is not a solo project. God often works through people, pastors, counselors, or trusted friends who can speak truth. Time, because healing is a process, not an event. Just as physical wounds take time to close, emotional wounds need patience and care. Psalm 147, verse 3 says, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. God heals, but we must be willing to stop bleeding in silence. If you heal first, you don't bleed on people who didn't hurt you. And in blended families, that matters more than most people realize. Healing is not about erasing your past. It's about transforming it. It's about allowing God to take what was broken and use it as wisdom, compassion, and strength for your future. So remember this: healing first, blending second, because what flows from your heart will shape the atmosphere of your home. If this resonated, subscribe and leave a comment. I'd love to hear your experience or thoughts on this. Remember, blended doesn't mean broken, it means intentional.